What's record? Hi. Hello. You. The one, yeah? Y'all want to start the things, eh? Hello? Hi guys, this is Talk to Tingz, where we
Talk to Tingz.
Alright, so this month is Black History Month, so I just want to do something for you guys. Well, for us, technically. But first, we're going to start off by introducing who's here.
Monique, Kevetia, Myranda,
Jessica's.
Avery.
Okay, why do you guys feel some people have negative attitudes about like dark skin versus light skin?
social media. I think it's like a big one just because like how different colors are portrayed. Saying that like one skin color is better than the other.
I think maybe it stems from slavery days. You know, the lighter skins were inside, darker skins were outside. Everyone says that all the time. It's freaking annoying. But
it's facts, man.
it's facts. It's facts, but I think it stems from that, like originally.
I think for like my sake and like being a light skin, it's very much just like you think you're better because you're light skin. But like I didn't ask to be half black, half white.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It just
She really
you know,
did it.
Yeah.
She just come on.
I had to stir the pot.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
But I think that's always what it is, and it's like people always have like a preconceived notion of how we are. Like I've had multiple people be like, "I'm shocked that I'm your friend because you're light skinned."
Wow.
And it's like they're like, "I don't really like light skins."
I don't think that's your friend.
No. We good now.
Now.
They ain't around.
Oh, okay.
Oh. But like I just know people that are like light skins are this way. They're super cocky. They're super this. They're super that. And then they like find out who I am, and they're like, "Oh my god, like you're not a typical light skin."
Wow.
And I'm like, "What does that mean?" And I think it goes back to the whole like social media thing and being like, because light skins think they're better, this is how they are.
Why is acknowledging that colorism exists so important?
I'd say it goes back to like saying like if you don't know your past, you're doomed to repeat it. So like if you don't bring it up, if you act like it doesn't exist, then nothing's gonna change it because no one is talking about it to change it.
Yeah, I think acknowledgement definitely leads to change, but I feel like acknowledgement needs to take part on both sides, like from both parties. Because, yeah, colorism is a thing, but let's be honest, do light skins normally find an issue with colorism because they aren't the ones being colorized?
Huh? I feel like we are though, because it's like
No, it depends on the person for sure, but I definitely think that some people that aren't in the position of racism or colorism don't feel obligated to speak up about it.
I think it's also like the fetishizing of it too. It's like yo, people fetishize light skin. Like I want light skin babies. Like if you're white people, like, oh, I want to be with a black guy because I want light skin kid. And
Don't
it's like,
even. Don't start me on that. Don't do it. Don't even start me on that one because that is a whole nother discussion. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. How do you guys feel about like bleaching and tanning? What is the purpose of tanning?
I mean, to get dark hair. I'll speak on that because when my skin is lighter, I'm more prone to like having dark spots all over my face. So like I'd rather be in my darker complexion in a sense because it's like my face is better.
Okay.
But like I know some other people do it because they're like, I like looking dark, so I look more of this certain way. But like for me, I'm just like, oh, my skin looks better. Like that's pretty much it. But I do get dark, but it's like I don't do it for the sake of being more black.
Sorry.
And then I'm starting to see like the whole like on Twitter like the extreme of like tanning to like you're white and now you look like this and it's like
And it's usually there's usually
like how?
only one.
How?
I'm sorry to say, there's usually only one race that is doing this extreme. Like they want to have this mixed girl look
speak on it. Talk about that mix.
because they want to look exotic.
Ethnic.
Like everyone that's not black that tries to be black is accepted, and like they're like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, like you look great. Anyone that is black that tries to, like you said, bleach their skin or whatever, it's like, yo,
It's
you're
frowned
freaking dumb.
upon.
Like,
Right.
why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that to yourself?
I just personally don't like bleaching. Like there's bleaching your spots, like your dark skin spots or whatever. Like you know,
That's
you had a
different.
nasty scar and it's like, okay, whoa, your scar's that's completely. I'll allow you.
That's
But for you to bleach your skin because you're not happy with your melanin hurts
That's
my
sad.
feelings.
But the thing is, like, when they bleach, it doesn't really lighten their skin tone.
It just makes
red
you
and-
look-
Yeah, it makes you look red.
Not even red, it just
And, like,
makes you look
sick
weird, you
and
know?
pale.
I don't even know what shade is called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
It's like it just dries
I've
out
never
your
seen a
skin
person
completely.
who bleaches their skin that looks
Like good?
Yeah. So it's like, why are you doing that to
Especially when
yourself?
someone's like my complexion, like as dark as me, and then you're bleaching your skin.
You're not even
Yeah,
that
they're
dark.
I know, right?
But it still doesn't
I
make
like
sense.
how I'm like-
It's
I'm
still
like,
doesn't
wait.
make sense. It
Someone's
looks
like as dark as
bad.
me is bleaching their skin, so it's like, so do you think my skin looks bad too? Because
Yeah.
you don't want to
Yeah.
look like me anymore? Like that just.
I definitely, like, I think sometimes both can stem from insecurities.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, you can go both ways, but definitely, like, removing your pigmentation, like, that's deep, fam. Like,
Yeah.
that's, like,
It's like you don't like.
you really
you don't
don't like the way you
look
came out
at
of your
all,
mom's
period.
you know? Like,
It hurts my feelings a lot because it's like, no, I'm serious. Every time I see someone bleaching, I'm like, just like, I really want to sit down and talk to you and ask you, like, why? Have you guys ever seen that
It
video?
don't look good. Like,
Oh,
Of
have
the
you
lady
seen
in the
the
bathtub?
yo, her skin
Okay, hold on.
No, no, no,
peeling.
Guys, I just need to show them
In
this
real
because I need them to
time.
feel why I'm so hurt.
Nah, that's not okay. I don't know what they're doing.
It makes me feel sick.
my biggest thing is, like, no one can make you feel inferior without, like, your consent. So, like, you allowing someone to make you feel, like, inferior, that's your, like, that's you allowing them to make you feel that way. And then you go and do actions to, you know, please somebody else, but you look stupid. Like, you actually don't look nice. So I don't get it.
You can't like discredit like the whole mental health aspect of it. Like
Yeah,
even if
that's
you're allowing, like you're technically allowing someone to make you feel away, but it's like there's still like people whose brains just tell them that, like what this person's saying is right and you're ugly right now and you have to do this. So there's still that side of it. So I get like the dilemma you have in
Partial.
yourself, but like there's no one in your life telling you like, you know, you're beautiful same ways.
There's okay, people could tell you that, but if you don't feel it, then it's a
That's true.
completely different
That's
story.
true.
What role does traditional media play in perpetrating colorism?
It plays a major role in colorism because up until recently, all we really saw was fair-skinned women in magazine covers, on ads,
TV shows.
TV shows, all that. So it plays a major role, like a huge role, because that's all you see everywhere.
Even on TV shows, like even dark skin Aunt Viv.
Okay, guys, let's discuss that though. So, guys, they didn't actually remove her because she was like dark skin or they didn't find a matching one. It's only because like she was actually really disrespectful on set and stuff.
But it's like they replaced her with
A light
Like a
skin.
light-skinned woman.
Maybe she was just the best out of the bunch. We don't know
Yeah,
who
but, like,
auditioned.
come on, you can't
Yeah,
go from
it
like
looks
one
bad, it
extreme
looks
to
bad.
the other.
like you couldn't find someone that
You
kind of
know.
looks like Aunt Viv.
No, seriously, I'm pretty sure she has a doppelganger out there
So
somewhere.
funny.
Do you have a younger sister?
Can she
Cousin?
act? Can she act? No.
We don't know.
I think it plays a big role because especially when you're going to apply for a job or you go to a job interview, say you want to be a talk show host, like before they weren't, really taking anybody that of like dark skin colors, but now like I definitely see a change now, but before it was like don't even go into that profession, like you're not going to be on TV
Yeah.
talking about the news. Like
Nope, seriously.
Okay, what role does colorism play in the beauty and fashion industries?
first of all, don't call yourself an all-around makeup artist.
Say it.
Do I have
say
to
it
finish my
again.
sentence?
Lord.
Do I have to finish my sentence?
Lord.
Don't call yourself an all-around makeup artist if you can't do all the damn makeup.
I'm coming
For
to you.
any
I was really just gonna say Sephora ladies. Can't match me for nothing, man.
You look ashy. They make you look ashy.
You look great. Like, what are you doing? And up until like recently, I could not even find like a shade.
Up until Fenty, Rihanna applied pressure.
She did.
She applied pressure.
I used to go in the Shoppers Drug Mart and had to be like, okay, this is the two darkest shades. This was too dark. This was too
Shit.
light.
No.
I don't
You gotta
know.
mix it together.
Right.
You gotta mix it and just make this one just wear a lighter one or maybe wear a darker one, but it don't even look good because it don't even
Trust.
match your neck because it's just much. Like
It's
I had
very
nothing.
great.
This girl saying don't even match your neck.
And then you're like, okay, this is too red. This is too gray. Like it's either I look wash out or red and it doesn't even look good.
But you know what's crazy though?
For a
Sorry.
while. Go ahead.
The makeup companies, they do tend to make darker shades, but they're not out on the sales floor because they know
Yeah.
that it's not going to sell well.
Oh, really?
Like if you go to America and like you walk into a Walgreens, they have a lot of like darker shades in foundations. But that's just because it's America and they have everything else. But here, like you try to go to Shopper Drug Mart and say me, for example, I try to go and get my shade. There's an array of lighter shades, but only 2 darker ones because they don't really do well.
Fit me.
Fit
Yeah.
me.
I still fuck with yo. That's exactly out of everything in Shoppers though, Fit Me is probably the only one that has even the
Something,
closest.
right.
How do women and men experience colorism differently?
I think it's like a fetish thing.
Yeah.
For like, I think, like we said before, it's like light skins are more, like females are more fetishized than like darker skins. And then I think now it's more darker skinned males are fetishized more than light skins.
So, if you want their dark chocolate.
Sorry, I could take that seriously.
Dark chocolate.
Because I think before it was very much just like, I want a pretty boy, I want a light skin with nice eyes. And now it's just like, I want a dark skin.
I've been having like my white friends, like the white guys I talk to, talking about like they want a black guy but like not a light skin, and I was like, so a light skin guy isn't a black guy?
Oh wow.
Oh.
Like people consider like you're either black or you're light skin. Like light skin isn't
Being black.
Oh.
I really think they experience it
think
differently.
yeah.
I really think it's on the same level. I don't see how it would differ
Right.
because you're still gonna get that bias against you regardless.
But I feel like for like everything, women get it worse.
Oh,
I was just about to say, like,
course.
I don't know if this is a argument or not.
Yeah.
Or if it even makes sense.
go ahead, speak.
But
on it.
like, if you look at the woman aspect, it's either you're light skin. Like, if you're dark skin, you could be classified as ugly. Whereas for men, it's just like you're just light skin or dark skin. But they don't say, oh yeah, he's ugly or whatever.
Oh no, they do.
No, but
They
yeah.
do.
They do.
But,
But I feel like
yeah.
for men, it's more like a preference. Like I prefer light skin, I prefer dark skin.
Whereas for women,
women,
it's
it's
more
like-
like you're just beat
Yeah,
or
if
you're
you're too dark, you're
sweet.
beat.
Yeah.
That is
I don't know.
The
I
sad
hear that.
truth.
That's another thing. Like with colorism, like every time someone's like, would you consider yourself? Like I'm black. I'm not gonna like try to classify myself so that you can understand me better. I'm black.
But Snap's not even snapping.
Yeah, like I had to do a little thing, yeah. How do you guys feel? And it's a real question, and try to be as honest as possible. You could talk about like anything, but how do you guys actually feel about your skin?
I think I'm I'm a genuinely confident person.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't affect you.
like, nah, I look in the mirror and I'm like, yo, like I'm glad I look like this. Like I like the way I look. Like in the summer, I touch the sun and I'm like, yo, because I can tan, like I can get darker and get
Yeah.
lighter. In the summer, I like when I get darker. In the winter, I like how I get lighter. Like I like how there's a range.
That's
so
on
it's
the
like-
color rainbow.
I just enjoy being like black in all aspects of it.
Being realistic, if I was like my younger self, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different ballgame right there, fam. I was definitely just like, yo, what is this? Like, I was confused, you know?
Why should you say it like that? Yo, what is this?
No, I was dead ass confused because it seemed like everywhere it turns, like, it wasn't good enough, you know? Like, it wasn't right. Now, all of a sudden, shit's flipped and it's like, yo, like, you're pretty all the time. I'm just like, thanks. But I definitely love myself 100%, 110%.
Ooh.
Like, I wouldn't change anything about me.
No, for me, it's just like because I'm not too dark and not too light. I don't know.
Right.
I just never seen it. I never seen or had issues with my my skin because I never got like no one ever made fun of me.
Right.
And I feel like that's usually what affects like how you feel about yourself. You know what I mean?
Do you guys remember the whole like light skin versus like brown skin versus dark skin
Oh.
thing? I feel like I kind of like my complexion because I'm like the happy medium.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said. Like,
yeah,
I'm
so
just
like it was never an issue. Yeah.
Never.
Right.
I've never had an issue like that. So it's like I said, it's from personal experience.
Yeah.
How you feel about yourself
Right.
and how you chose to deal with that.
Similar to Fran? Yeah, similar to Fran. Younger. I'm like, wait. Younger me would be like, like I'm trying to be lighter. Like, what is this? Because it's like you would see like people like I would see like people lighter than me like getting like more attention. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be this person, da 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 da, and they're getting all like the attention. You're just like, okay, I'm just like here. But yeah, I felt like it just wasn't fair, and I'm like, what is this? Like, oh, all the guys like this light skinned girl is like, yeah, nobody likes me. Like, what the hell is this? I was like, oh,
I'm cute. The fuck.
right? I was
My
like,
skin's
I thought I
smooth.
looked
The
cute.
fuck.
I guess not. Like, shit. Then I feel like high school kind of changed that, because like everyone, well, we went to, our high school was black, just black. Okay,
She's like, we
it
went
was
to-
black, you know, and it was like, okay, then you see the difference. It's like, I don't know. I guess people
There's
when
people
they're
like
younger,
me.
you know, right? It's like, oh, Dad, you like me? Okay. Like,
There's people like me.
Okay, everyone's kind of like, you know, on the same like level. It was like when you're younger, I guess people were like, oh, I don't know. I guess it was a time. People were like, oh, light skins are better, or whatever. Lighter skins is better, this and this and that.
What do you guys think it takes to end colorism?
I feel like it'll always be a thing, unfortunately. We can try to end it, but it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's just like world peace or like whatever. Like it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's really not.
I
Just
tend
be
to
realistic.
stay away from that like statement, because like when people think that things are impossible, they don't try to do them. So I feel like by saying it's never gonna end, people are gonna be like, okay, so let's just let it happen.
Gotta be realistic, man.
But like I'd be like, for me, I'd say like it's education. Like,
I was
with
gonna say that too.
everything. Like the more you know, the more you can do.
We would get there.
I don't know if it will
What does it
end.
take?
I guess education will work, but I feel like we've been divided for like so long, and it's
So
like
it's hard.
It's like
It's
it's
really hard.
it's in our blood. Like it's not like it
Instilled in us.
can't just forget about it type of thing, you know. And it's just gonna be there, just in our face all the time. So
I agree with education, because before we started this video, I just genuinely thought it was because like the people who aren't being affected aren't speaking up about it. But after hearing what you had to say and your perspective, like that changed my whole outlook on everything. Because it's like your perspective is not the same, or will never be the same as somebody else in a different situation. So you're never going to know unless you ask, unless you start a conversation, unless you try to educate each other on what you're both feeling, you know? So I definitely think education is the factor.
So guys, this part of the video is what would you do? It's just a little scenario, and everyone's gonna have to really just answer, what would you do? During a family event, your younger cousin walks up to you sad. They start expressing that they're not happy with their skin and want to change it. You ask her why. She says it's because people are bullying her. At school, what are you doing?
I'm running up on them first of all. Are you crazy?
yo, yeah. It's like, yeah.
How
what
old
were
is
you-
the cousin?
It doesn't matter.
I'm like 23 and still go down to that school right now. Who was it? Her? Come here.
No, seriously.
I think you can't change the way the kids at school see it. You have to change how your cousin sees it and be like, you are
He or
beautiful
she,
the way you are, and like, because I don't think you can change like a mass population, but
The whole
change
school.
an individual.
The whole assembly.
Basically just having that conversation, like, and letting them know that if you feel this way, like, you can talk to me about it, you know? Like, don't try to
Ball it
change
up.
anything about yourself in a negative way. Just, you know, have that conversation with someone, you know?
And also like for my cousins and my brothers, like they're very outspoken people. So based on who your cousin is, like you can even tell them like how to stand up for themselves and like what to say to people, because like it doesn't matter. Like people care about their friends more than like especially as a kid, like you care more about what your friends think than like what your family thinks.
Yeah.
So if you can get them in a situation where they could talk to their friends about how like what you're saying isn't okay, so they can change their friends too, or put them in a position where they can educate themselves
And
it helps the
educate
situation
others.
even more.
Damn. I like that. Shit.
Sure.
Right on, brother.
Just giving some nice ones here.
Telling them, I mean, I guess for me personally, like telling them like my experience, like, yo, there's like a light at the end of the tunnel. Like it's gonna like, this is not like a forever thing. Like, and reassuring them like
It's not
who they
okay.
are. Yeah. Like it's not okay, but listen, you're gonna get through it. There's basically, yeah.
Okay, aunties.
Back to when we said, is this ever going to end?
Yeah.
We said education was a main factor.
Yeah.
But setting an example follows that with education. So you can know something is right or wrong, but your actions speak louder than words. So if you see someone is being affected by colorism and you're just sitting there to let it happen, you're not doing anything about it, you're probably not going to stand up for that person, you're not going to help them, you're just going to walk by, you're just going to see it or whatever. Like, your actions matter in that situation. Like, set an example that way, you know, you can educate others as well, and you know, you can show people like what's actually right to do and what's not right to do.
Well, goddamn, 47. Hi guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. All of their information will be in the description box below, and it's also going to be in a link in the description box if you have any other questions that you want to ask us. Go ask away. Like, share, subscribe. You already know what to do. This is Talk Tingz, where we talk the Tingz. You know, baby.
I'm with Leak on that. Like I really don't care. I just feel like it's weird sometimes when people are just
they film over the biggest, thickest girl for no reason.
And half them don't even look like that. You know?
They don't look good. It's just whatever.
I don't even know. It's a bunch of imposters online, so you can't really.
Yeah.